If you're a solopreneur or you have a really small team, do you feel like taking a break from your online business is even a possibility? Well, it is. And today I'm going to share 3 ways to ensure that you can step back from your business just a little bit during these busy life seasons and still bring in an income. Team building and list building are just a few of these important things that I'm going to talk about today. I'm Elizabeth, and I help business owners grow and scale communities around their brand. And on this channel, I'm sharing quick wins and actionable tips, but even more importantly, the way of being and leadership skills that you need to grow the engaged community that you have always wanted. You can join us for more of these live conversations inside the Community Builder on Facebook. All you have to do is search the Community Builder on Facebook. All right, let's get started. So the first one I wanted to talk about was team building. Essentially, anything that is repeatable, you want to start outsourcing in your group. I have come up with ways to measure the heartbeat, the engagement rate. Facebook gives you all of that, like to document those things on a weekly basis or monthly, whatever works for your business. Team members can do all of that. You guys will see Almira in this group. She goes behind me and collects important information and collects screenshot worthy moments so that I don't have to worry about that. I just show up and answer questions and go live, because the better that I know you, the better I can serve you. I would say that just starting with that person who helps you collect information about your community is super important. And you don't know how well it's doing if you're not looking. If you kind of know, okay, my community is generally 50% engaged, there's no way to like have that measuring stick if you don't actually know, because sometimes it will surprise you, because engaging means clicking the read more button, scrolling. Sometimes your group is actually very engaged even if they're not commenting. That stuff anyone can do. It's very easy. As the visionary, I don't want you doing those things. Your assistant should be doing those things so that you can truly focus on helping the people in your community. If you're growing faster, then you also might want to bring in someone to be visible that is actually interacting, engaging. I tagged a couple of people in here as group experts. They're people who I can lean on in the group for expertise when there's questions that I can't answer. These are really important things. For example, something that actually happened last night in one of the communities that I'm helping with. They're in a very big launch. Someone went live in the group selling purses. Total spam, and was live in the group for like 30 minutes. If you're curating your experience in a little bit more of that luxury high-end level, you want to make sure that even while you're sleeping, you either have the settings in place or a human that is kind of keeping an eye on things. But again, that's like later down the road. For right now, you just want to start with that one person that can just help you keep an eye on the pulse, the data, the member information. Tracking the questions to join the group is a huge one. Tracking those membership questions to enter. You don't know how many people I have met that like, yeah, I have the questions set up, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, let me take a look at them. And they're like, oh, we're not actually like documenting those. Those are so important. That's a way that you can get to know your community and know who is in your community, because part of building a community is building referrals. And I can't refer you guys if I don't know what you do. Anything that you can pay someone $20 an hour or less, yeah, that's money that you can make at your hourly rate. With team building, it's not money that you're spending, but it's actually your opportunity, to make more money. There's nothing wrong with being a solopreneur. If I continued to be a wedding photographer, I could have been a solopreneur and it would have been just fine. How do you take a break? Do you make an announcement or kind of like disappear like nothing happened? Inside a Facebook community, if you're very active, like I would imagine that you are, I would let them know. One of my pillars is managing expectations. If you take a break and you forget to say something, or like stuff just falls off, don't let it mean anything. Doesn't mean your people are going to be upset with you. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. If you need a break, take a break. Communicate what's necessary. If I want my assistant to do some community building and posting within the group? Do I let her do it from her own account as an admin, or give her access to my account, or do most of it myself instead of the VA? I have found studies show that when we have our helpers acting as normal people, that is going to build trust the most and have a higher success rate. If Tom is on my team and I just have Tom engage in the group as Tom, people get to build a relationship with Tom. Have you guys ever been to groups where you get like just as excited about the team member as you do about the CEO? That means that's a good team. Just let them be who they are, introduce them to the group. This is so and so. She's helping me with X, Y, and Z. This is how you can expect to see her. This is how she's going to support you. Manage those expectations. Even if someone is using your account, they could still introduce themselves. Like, hey, this is Susie, Tom's assistant. I'm in his account right now, but I'm going to take care of this for you. I always feel like transparency and honesty is the best policy. Do you want them to feel like they're getting to know your team? Do you want them to feel like they're really talking to you? How do you want them to feel? When people join the group, would it be beneficial to let them enter by asking some questions? Yes, I'm a big advocate of the questions to enter. And then the email list. Let's have them take ownership and copy and paste that bit.ly link. Because the more ownership they take in the action of signing up for it, the more likely they're going to follow through. Let's not rush to get our group to 50,000 members, but let's really focus on the people who are raising their hand saying, I need this. If you're asking for their email address, it's less effort on their part. They might be less likely to take action. Like, you want the go-getters that are like, I want what you have to offer. And even if you lose a couple on the way, they will be back if they want it bad enough. My group connects authors and parents. In other groups, authors are used to post links to their books without saying much. They're used to, self-promoting essentially. Do you think I'm annoying folks if I say, hey, you can't post your book unless we know how this book will help? I would teach them how to properly self-promote. You know what might get a couple more clicks on this link is if you try it like this. There's nothing wrong with telling them how. And that might look like starting a thread. I know a lot of you are dying to share your book. Tell me below how your book helps people without leaving a link. Then if someone's interested in your book, you guys can start some messages. I've seen it done that way. You want people to raise their hand. All right, I hope that this video was helpful, and make sure that you check out some of our other videos and subscribe, and most importantly, join us inside the Community Builder on Facebook, where we're sharing quick wins and actionable tips on a daily basis. See you guys soon.